and its opening scene is one of the best sequences in the entire movie. It does a fantastic job of pulling you right into the story from the very beginning. And if you haven't watched the movie yet, there are major spoilers ahead. The movie opens with a shipment as washed up on an emerges. All convinced they begin exploring, using their search for a way out, because obviously but it doesn't take long for them to realize that they are completely stranded on the emerges with no way out. Their chances of escaping are not great, so they gather around. The container was lost at sea. Scattered near the shore, both inside and outside of their emerges, realizes where he is, continues throughout the movie as they journey to reconnect with the main cast. And if you want to know exactly how they end up tying back into the main story, I have already broken down the full climax with actual footage in this video. Suddenly, one of them wakes up, realizes where he is, and it slowly builds into the entire group chanting. And interestingly, those are the first words spoken in the entire sequence. Motivated by this, they work together to build a makeshift raft using material, including pallets and other debris, and then set out emerges, and does a perfect job of hooking you right from the start of the film. This parallel storyline following the high-tech emerges, it's setting up a Star Fox spin-off. Honestly, that's a pretty interesting direction for the universe. But the mid-credit doesn't end there. The scene is basically there to show the audience that they have faced justice for their misdeeds. Now moving on to the post-credit scene, this is where things get really interesting. However, despite that, as a playable character in various spin-off titles. Her introduction here clearly sets her up for a major role in the next film, likely expanding the world beyond just the Mushroom Kingdom. And that's all. Anyone hoping for some larger teasers for us disappointed. There is a smaller tease of this though. The introduction of and the subsequent reveal that he hails from an alternate universe ever so slightly opened the door to not just the Star Fox gang, but any number of other Nintendo cameos in the future. And we get Pikmin too. But for now, the biggest takeaway is arrival. And it'll be really interesting to see how her character is handled going forward. So what did you think about the Galaxy movie? Paramount Pictures panel at CinemaCon was held yesterday, and attendees were treated to an exclusive first-look teaser for the emerges. The teaser was relatively short, but really interesting, as it brings Red's arc full circle, showing him as a full-time parent to 3 children. A teenage emerges, already quite annoyed by him. How exactly Red now has children isn't explained, and the teaser doesn't highlight a love interest. But the film's focus is clearly on Red growing beyond his signature grumpy exterior and learning to care for his own flock. So basically, this whole teaser is focused on Red struggling to handle his kids, and I'm sure the movie will have a bigger storyline alongside that. And since we're only about 8 months away from release, there's a good chance we could see the first proper trailer drop sometime next month. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? And are you excited for the movie? Let me know in the comments. And the entire thing, both the animation and the music, is completely AI generated. And of course, people are not happy about it. They even released 3 episodes on the same day, and honestly, it all looks really awful. Started in a really heartfelt way. It was created by David Horvath and Sunmin Kim after a long-distance letter he wrote to her when she had to move away due to a visa issue. He drew a small kid washed up on an island after their container was lost at sea. Hand-sewn plush and sent it back to him. And that simple act of love eventually grew into a full toy line built on creativity and personal connection. The brand even got a full animated film, Ugly Dolls, back in 2019. And while it didn't become a massive hit, it still had real artists behind it, actual animators, musicians, and voice actors bringing it to life. So to now see the franchise return with something that's entirely AI generated, both visually and musically, feels like a pretty sharp and honestly uncomfortable contrast. And the reaction online has been exactly what you'd expect. A lot of people are calling it more of a proof of concept than an actual creative project, and there's real concern that if it gains traction, it could signal to studios that this is an acceptable direction for animation. Others are just pointing out the quality itself, saying it looks choppy, inconsistent, and has that very recognizable AI motion that still struggles to feel natural for more than a few seconds. There's also talk online that this is being produced by a licensing agency, and that the original creators aren't involved at all, but there's no official confirmation of that yet. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Emerges. An account on Twitter has found a test animation footage from the Astro Boy reboot. This footage uses the pre-2025 design and logo. Since then, the design has been updated, which I'll talk about later in this video, but for now, here's the footage. It has now been replaced with a new one. And here it is. The main difference is that the new design uses simple chest lines like the original manga, instead of the heart-shaped lines seen in the test footage. The eyes have also been improved. In the older version, the gaps in the eyelashes made Astro look a bit childish. But in the new design, the eyelashes are properly connected, giving him a cleaner and more mature look. And here's a look at the new designs for the other characters as well. And honestly, they look pretty good. The series is now set to release in Q3 of 2027, after many delays. And this is actually the third major redesign. First, it was planned as a 2D series, so go check that out if you are interested.